We're live. We're live. Hey man. Hey. How you guys doing? We are here live. It is the Empowerment Duo, and we cannot wait to be able to bring you our guests as we talk today with what makes you sparkle, or how do you sparkle. I'm trying to see where we got this in the background.
We got to get it.
Amen. I got that. But listen. You guys have tuned in this morning from all over, and we're appreciative of you and your attention.
Good morning, Miss Phyllis.
Hey, Miss Phyllis. Good morning to you. We are ready to rock and roll like you got so much soul, and we're looking forward to it all today. Make sure that we will see you back here, right back in a moment.
You should introduce the topic as well.
Good morning. My name is Brian McNeill.
And I am Lisa Santiago McNeill.
And thank you for joining us on our show, Let's Talk About It. We come to each Monday through Friday right here on the SIBN network, on iHeartRadio, YouTube, TuneIn, as well as Facebook Live. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Like. We do have a topic today. Today's topic is one that is definitely a part of who you are. We want to know how you get to where you are. What makes you sparkle? Babe?
What does that mean, baby?
What does that mean?
What makes you sparkle?
Well, you are fearfully and wonderfully made. Each and every one of us has different elements to our personalities that all make up who and what we are and what we bring to the table. What's good, Miss Stephanie? You joining us from LinkedIn? Yes, absolutely. Hey, Sheila, good morning. What's good? What makes you sparkle? So it could be from sparkling from the inside out. It can also be sparkling in response to a situation. One of the things that we talked about yesterday was how you respond. Good morning, Dr. Deborah, to a particular situation. Do you respond in worry, defeat, or do you respond anastraphically?
Well, I was thinking, like, what makes you sparkle? That's the topic of the show today. And then what is sparkle?
What is sparkle?
Sparkle, it could be more than one thing, I guess. But what makes you sparkle? To me, your sparkle is when the way you would look or feel when you're engaged in what you have.
Absolutely.
Okay. That's what I'm thinking. You know, now we have a wonderful guest today that we actually going to meet in person next month at the Inspiring Sisters Conference in Ocean City, Maryland. But she's chosen to give up some of her time today. And that's her topic, what we're talking about today. This is her area of expertise.
Miss Sparkle herself, watch out there now.
So she's coming up soon. But I'm thinking it's the way you look and feel when you're doing your thing, your THAGANG, your thing, not your thing, but your thing. When you, like, for example, sometimes when I'm giving a talk and I feel it and the audience feels me feeling it, what's going on is a sparkle. When I was in Denver, that was a sparkle. Last night,
that Rhema moment.
Last night, I had a wonderful time in my webinar last night. 5 ways to maximize your earning between now and the end of the year. It was different talking I normally give, but the audience was right. Lisa was right. My head was right. And there was magic in the moment. I could tell it as it was going on. This is one of the better webinars I've been involved with lately. I could feel it. And maybe that feeling was my sparkle. Okay. So I'm thinking I'm on the right track, because I can see our guest in the green room. She's got her face decorated with a smile and she's nodding her head appropriately.
I think that it is really when everything aligns. When the way you feel, when the outcome, everything, and they have to align within. Amen. Dr. Deborah says, Brian, you were on fire last night. Amen.
Thank you, Dr.
He definitely was. Sister Sheila says, some people just have an aura. It's
That's what I'm
seen
talking about. Yeah.
by same who also have a sparkle.
Some.
Enthusiasm could be considered. Charisma could be considered your sparkle.
I love the thought of your aura. Okay. Now, there are people who can pick up on auras better than others. There's even people called aurologists.
Aurologists.
Yes. And I've heard many, many people talk about when they get in the presence of greatness or a star or a hero or an idol, they can see like orange behind them or yellow. God rest his soul, Charlie Murphy tells the time he first met Rick James. That was the first time he actually saw his aura. You saw all the people talk about when they meet Michael Jordan, they could see colors behind them. The same way you imagine if you was to meet Jesus Christ himself. The aura. This is something that comes across, and I want to talk more about this actually. Your aura precedes your words. It precedes your words.
So how do you manage your aura?
I don't know if you can manage it. I think you can facilitate it. I think you can put yourself in environments where it can happen.
Yeah.
I think you can create. That's about as far as I'm willing to go. I don't think you could say, okay, it's time to turn it on right now. But I think you could do stuff to facilitate it happening.
To maintain it. Sister
Sheila says some people just have an aura. It's seen by some who also have a sparkle. I can imagine, and I've experienced it, I'm sure you all have too. There have been certain rooms or certain times or certain places that when you walked in, just you getting there, the atmosphere shifts. People have said it to you in innocuous situations. Going to the supermarket, somebody has said it to you before. You walked into the supermarket like, I've arrived. Okay, that's when it's happening. Your look was right. Your makeup was right. Your hair was right.
I think my energy was
right. The sachet of your walk was right. But the energy. And the energy was right because all that other stuff. I'm hesitant to do this, but I think the way you look is becoming a bigger and bigger factor in your sparkle to me. I don't want it to be so vain, but I think how you look, physically look. Most of our body is covered up by clothes. So I'm thinking that clothes and makeup and hair have a greater importance.
I can see how you would perceive that, but I'm very slow to accept that as a part of your aura because there are so many manufactured exterior expressions.
That's right.
That aura really has to be an internal essence. Because otherwise, I think that it's false. And authenticity is a big part of aura.
I agree. Authenticity is a big part of aura. But don't you just, like for me, when I wear a new suit, new shirt, new shoes, I look better. Okay? And then when I look better, I feel better. Dr. Deborah, I read it again. She says, Dr. Deborah was in the room with us last night for my webinar. She goes, Brian, you were on fire last night. Last night was a particularly fun webinar for me. It was like 22 people in the room. But what was exciting to me, because I always talk sales, and sales tactics. But last night I didn't talk sales tactics. I didn't talk sales ideology. I talked about what makes you more effective between now and then. And I leaned on the giants. I leaned on Napoleon Hill. I leaned on Jose Silva. I leaned on Stephen Covey with my word last night. It was great.
I really think that's part of this conversation because it still was talking about sales, just like we're still talking about aura when we're talking about the external. But the root is closer to what Sheila is saying. Sheila said, I think to maintain an aura, you have to be very close to the creator. I think that to maintain your sales confidence, you have got to have the right mindset. I think to maintain that, all of these external accoutrements can definitely add value to it, but the underlying root is the most necessary and the most it's going to give you the most bang for your buck, if you will.
The underlying, what that girds your sales tactics wouldn't work as good without the stuff we covered last night.
Well, and that's not only without the stuff we covered. You can learn them, but when you become them in authenticity, that is what
let's go with it, Sister Sheila. Let's have a healthy debate.
Sheila said, I disagree. It's not clothes and makeup. It's like the difference between joy and happiness.
Oh, wow.
Joy is the overflow. I like that.
That's a very persuasive argument from Sister Sheila. And I can see how you would get to that place, Sister Sheila.
Absolutely. But understand, we have a favorite video clip that we catch every once in a while where the guy is he's at a concert and he is just feeling that concert, right? It's not about what he has on.
Because he's not dressed well.
He's not the most handsome guy in the room.
Yeah, but he's feeling that moment.
He is, and you are drawn. Like we don't know him.
You've probably seen this clip before. This guy is listening to
Good morning, William Brown.
Lady Alma. He's listening to Lady Alma sing. She's like a reggae style singer. Lady Alma's her name. But
good morning, Dr. Beverly.
The camera's trained on this guy in the audience, and he knows her song. He's singing it along. He's not bothered by anybody around him. He's unabashed in his enjoyment of this moment, and the camera can't leave him. The camera's on him, singing and dancing along with her. He's got his beer in his hand, but he's not even drinking it. He's just feeling the moment. Other people around him are trying to get his attention. They have no shot because he's in tune. And it's so fun to watch.
It is. And it has nothing to do with, he's not the greatest dancer. He's not singing,
right.
He's lip syncing. He doesn't have on the most awesome clothes, but he has got this joy, this unspeakable joy. And I think that joy, happiness, kindness, and forgiveness all attract the proper energy to create an aura of sparkle.
I think you're right. In 5 minutes, our guest is going to be on here. And I think I like where we're going. I'm going to go back to Sister Sheila's comment because she says, I disagree. It's not the clothes and makeup. It's like the difference between joy and happiness. I don't know if I disagree. That's too strong. I'm not disagreeing. Okay. There have been times when I've shown up, and you too, you've shown up looking good. Okay.
Sure.
And feeling good.
Sure.
And didn't even say a word.
Absolutely.
But the room was drawn to you.
Absolutely.
Why?
Well, there's definitely reasons for that. Because I remember standing on the curb. Standing on the curb, this is just external, right? I wasn't being amazing other than just being William Brown. I know I'm amazing. Thank you, William. I didn't even want you to jump in and fuss at me. But I was just standing on the curb. But I had a beautiful gold jacket on.
Yes.
And cars stopped.
I remember.
To ask me if they could buy my coat off
of
back.
Her body. One lady stopped her. I'll buy that coat from you right now.
So that was a testament to like looking nice makes you feel nice. Absolutely. But there are also times, and because I'm very intentional about remembering where I am and what I'm doing. We went to a Chinese restaurant. And we walked into the restaurant, we were seated, we sat down, and this lady just asked if she could come over.
I remember. We were with our dearly departed Brenda Booker Bull.
Yes.
We had just got to the restaurant. It was a buffet style Chinese restaurant.
And I wasn't particularly fabulous.
Let me tell you now.
I didn't have an entourage.
Well, you don't think you were particularly fabulous, but we had just given a workshop that morning.
That's true.
So we probably still were kinetically high. Our energy was still high. We both had just spoke at a workshop. But we went from the workshop to the Chinese restaurant. And I remember this event very, very well. We got in there, they seated us, and then we got our food. Okay, we went our separate ways.
Buffet style. You go get your own stuff.
Go get your own food. So I had already gotten my food. I was back at the table. Lisa was coming to the table with her plate of food in her hand. And this lady, she was with a group, a younger lady, but you could tell she had some power too. She had some aura with her too. So Lisa was coming to the table, and the lady stood up and went to Lisa and says, "Can I hug you?" And Lisa said, she put her plate down, and Lisa hugged this lady. And thank God I was quick with it. I grabbed my cell phone and I took a picture of this lady hugging Lisa. Now, she didn't know Lisa. She had no conversation with Lisa at all. Okay, but she saw Lisa walking to the table, and something compelled her to want to hug Lisa right now. And I caught it on camera too. It was
Amen.
good.
I'm grateful for every one of those interactions. Brian seldom comes into a store with me because I can seldom get out of a line without having a conversation, a moment, a prophetic moment, a prayerful moment with anybody. Just in the aisle, we could be in the cereal aisle, we could be at the line, we could be at the register, and I'm not going in there chatting because I know he's outside counting the minutes.
No, I'm not. I'm watching something on video. We got to catch up because we got to bring our guests in.
But someone will inevitably have a conversation starter with me, and at some point we have an interaction, and I'm
Sister
grateful.
Shirley says, feeling great and looking great. Brother Mark Greer, I'm going to read this in Mark Greer's voice.
Reading in
Mark
his
Greer,
voice.
let's go. Mark Greer says, good morning, people. Do you understand you have awakened to something incredible?
Hey!
Something amazing.
Hey!
Something miraculous. You have awakened to another day of life.
Whew.
Embrace the hell out of it.
Embrace the hell
Dr.
out of
Deborah
it.
Dunstan says,
hey man, Dr. Deborah. She says it seems that it can be both. I have attracted people in old jeans and a t-shirt.
And some people certainly can.
Absolutely.
Certainly can. I remember I walked into a Ross's Dress for Less. I had just walked into Ross's Dress for Less, and the registers were near the front. And there's a lady, an older black lady there. She watched me walk in. I was going in to buy some short pants. She watched me walk in, and she says, I see God all around you. And she did her hands like this. I see God all around you. Now, she saw my aura in that moment. I don't think you can stay on fire like that all the time, but we have an expert about to talk about it.
Absolutely. I can't wait to bring Sister Lois up.
All right.
Coming to stage.
So now, we've had a good conversation, but we're about to take you to another further.
Another further.
The lady we're bringing to the stage right now, I've not met her personally, but I do know Barbara H. Smith.
Come on now.
I know Barbara H. Smith well. I know Barbara H. Smith is a person of quality, and she doesn't suffer fools. Anybody that Barbara chooses to hang with, it's going to be quality people. Okay. I already like her. I've read her bio, but that ain't nothing like what she's about to bring here today. She has been attentive in the green room the whole time. So she's read your comments. She's heard what Lisa and I said too. So coming to the stage is our new friend, and I know you're going to love her. Her name is Miss Lois Barth. Welcome to the stage, Lois Barth.
Sparkle, baby.
Hello. How are you?
Hey.
I'm feeling like I got a little aura with my hair here, so I think it's
that works.
That works, baby.
Good morning to you. Thank you for joining us on our show today.
You were like, you're preaching to the choir, my friend. With all that you're saying, I'm in the backstage, and I'm obviously muted for a good reason because I'm a gal from way back. But I'm going, amen. You hear?
She was doing that.
On. I love the conversation.
Now, Lois, before we start asking you questions and giving you a chance to showcase your brilliance, I want to yield the floor to you first, because I want you to introduce yourself however you choose to. Welcome yourself to the stage, however you choose to. Give it a big hand.
All right. Of course, now I'm speechless. No.
No, you're not.
What I'm all about is the courage to sparkle. And, I'm wearing a little bling bling today. I have an entire bling bling bureau. I could probably start my own 12-step program, Bling Bling Anonymous. But what I'm all about is courage to sparkle, because it takes courage to sparkle, because there's a lot in life that could put us on dimmers. So I see sparkle as a metaphor to shine bright, to share our gifts, and to make a difference, both in our personal and professional life. And it takes courage, right? Because it's easy to be put on dimmers. And that's what we're going to talk about today, is what makes you sparkle.
Amen. Thank you. Now, that was a pretty good introduction. So why did you choose this mantle to rest on and carry? Sparkle. What makes you sparkle? Why is that your ministry?
Yeah, that's a really great question. It's a longer conversation, but my father, I've always been in love with things that sparkle. My dad came from a very, very poor family, one of 11 kids, had to be pulled out of school at 9th grade to support the family. Oh, and he was devastated because my father was a lifelong learner. And he promised to himself that he would, be a wonderful husband and a wonderful father, which he did. And he would get an education, which he did, but he would travel the world for business and pleasure. But my dad wasn't one of those mainstream type of people. He wouldn't hang in the regular hotel. He'd go the local back roads, and he'd pick up these wild pieces of jewelry, like wild. That expression, hey, I'll be there with bells on. I actually was. Like, I'd wear thick bells, and my fourth grade school picture, all little girls with the lockets and the frilly little dresses. I had a Moroccan perfume holder from the 18th century, the size of a manhole cover. So I always loved sparkle and the uniqueness. And it's exactly what both of you were saying. These pieces weren't perfect. There was chipped gold and cracked porcelain, but they were each unique and one of a kind. And I feel like when we really own our sparkle, we're owning what makes us unique. And I don't mean special, like better than anyone else, but just unique, God's Spirit's imprint. And that's why I have a whole bling bling bureau. People give me bling bling. But to me, what's wonderful about sparkle is it is unapologetic for its brilliance. It reflects the light, and it totally owns its uniqueness. And you see things that sparkle, and just like that gold coat, when you wear sparkle, if you're embodying it, people are like, oh, I love your sparkle, And I've gone into the most conservative environments, and they're like, oh, I love your sparkle. And I'm like, wow, I didn't think this was my audience. But it's just, it's a vehicle that wakes people up.
Absolutely.
Their own aliveness and their aliveness and Spirit's divine DNA. So that's my spiel.
I like your spiel.
Thank you.
I love it.
I like that too, because as you were talking, I could see how your equation of sparkle is in individual people. We all are individuals.
Absolutely.
None of us are perfect pieces, but we can sparkle as we are. I like that concept so much. And also, as you were speaking, I wanted to encourage everybody here. We can all help to bring out each other's sparkle, because I can imagine someone that doesn't have sparkle, we could see that too. And we can give that person some sparkle or help them uncover their sparkle. What say you to that?
Well, it's so interesting. I have these Loisisms. I got about 400 of them.
Okay, come on with it.
For lessons, opportunities, insights, and solution. Loisisms. And one of my Loisisms is that each and every one of us has an inextinguishable light within us, but sometimes life puts us on dimmers. So I
wanted to talk about that.
Yeah, I don't believe that people don't have their sparkle. I feel like it's almost like a fish with water. They're just unconscious of it. They're disconnected. And it's interesting. My God, Lisa, if you and I went to the supermarket, we'd never get out, because I'm the same way. I'm on the subway. I call it conversations with strangers. I've had the most mythical conversations, and people have come up to me and I've come up to them, and it's just, it's a wonderful thing. But can I give you an example of
please
mine? So I'm at this very, very dry and boring networking event. Take some X tonight and sleep like really a snooze-a-rooney, and not at all fabulous like your webinar, which I want to hear the replay, by the way. And it was dry as toast. And at the end, there's the mixer and the meet and greeter after the long talk. And there was this just shy woman, and she was very quiet. And you could see when people are shy. And I said to her, what's your name? And she said something Nightingale. I don't even remember what her first name. So of course I broke into song. If the nightingales could sing like you,
wow,
they'd be much sweeter than they do. And I twirled her around and I did.
Oh, wow.
And I don't know, it just came out of me. I don't do that all the time. And the people started walking towards me, the group. And I went, oh my God, I don't want to embarrass her. I'll take the hit if I've embarrassed. And they walked almost like zombies, like walking toward sparkle. And they encircled us. And they said, bravo, bravo, more. And what happened is they all walked up to her, which is what I wanted. And they were like, what do? You dipped. And then a few women.
Wow.
And then one woman walked up to me and she said, what do you do for a living? I said, well, I'm a speaker coach. She goes, no, you belong on TV. I'm going to make you a connection to be on TV. And I ended up doing 8 segments.
Wow.
And I think it was because I had chutzpah and moxie, and I was just sharing, and I was so not attached to whether people liked it. It was in
You
the
were being
moment.
authentically you. That's what happened.
Yeah, and I don't do that all the time, but
Right.
it just felt right. It just felt
Wow.
like, this is boring. Let's have fun. And she looked over at me in the corner and she winked and said, thank you. People were like, oh, do you have a card? Do you have a card? And it was just just an affirmation.
Look at how you tell the story today. It still feels good.
It feels real. Well, as kids, we are little sparklets. And then we get to a certain age where people...
And they beat the sparkle out of you.
Yes. Yes, either you've been bullied or mean girled, or a teacher said you're not really an artist, and we leave the best parts of us on the side. So anyway, yes, the story is, even though it happened like...
I love the story.
Ago, it's still present.
Dr. Deborah Dunstan says, I like that. Life can put our sparkle on dimmers.
Absolutely.
And Sheila Gothard welcomes you to the room. We have a wonderful, consistent community in this room, our sister
wonderful. I see that. I feel
yes. We got people been rocking with our show for years, and we have consistent contributors. We got a lot of people that watch it, but we have our core as well. These are our core peeps.
Absolutely.
Okay? And they're mature, they're entrepreneurial, they're loving, and they're very, very supportive. Okay?
Absolutely.
They're my tribe, baby.
They're my tribe too. Your tribe too. Yes.
I'm feeling the tribe energy.
Yeah.
Amen. Amen. We got it.
Okay, cool. So there's so much I want to talk to you about. Okay. Because I love your ministry. I love this, helping people uncover their sparkle a lot. You mentioned someone saw you and said to you, you need to be on TV. Last night, I must have been sparking because I had a similar comment from my friend, Sister Jacqueline Rosier. Says, Brian, this thing we did tonight needs to be on TV. You need to be on television. More people need to be watching you. But it's interesting how people will assign that to you at different parts of your life,
When we're tuned in, and Lisa, getting back to your gold jacket story, you were in the gold jacket. It wasn't just, oh, that's a gold jacket. You were in it. And it's like, Brian, it definitely sounds like you were in it, and people feel it. People are hungry for that alive, aligned self. I mean, we are so, I hate to say it and we won't go there, but we've become the divided states of America.
Yeah.
And we are so hungry for what makes us alive.
Absolutely.
And it's not just about stimulants. It's not just about a like or this. It's about the connection. I think that's
connections.
We need to tell that story about the coat again too, because the coat, you're right. I love that we're connecting, but the coat was not sequins. It was very sparkly. It was very gold. It was stark gold, but very sparkly.
Yeah, it was not sequined, actually.
It wasn't sequined. It was something else.
I still have that jacket.
We do, but
yes, we do. Just like
story, because you got to get this. Okay, but look,
royal way.
There was another friend of ours that we consider beautiful. She goes, oh, this coat is way too fancy for me. I can never wear this out in public, is what she said, because it stands out. And Lisa said, shoot, I can wear that in public. And because Lisa's confident in her look. She goes, I can wear that in public. And the lady says, well, you can have it then. So shoot. Yes, because she felt, I dare not sparkle this much in public. I can't be this much seen in public. But Lisa said, I could do it. And Lisa, it's not a heavy coat. It's a jacket more.
Yeah, more a sweater.
Yeah, it's like a jacket kind of thing. And Lisa wore that. And we were uptown Charlotte, busy intersection, crossing the street. And a lady pulled her car over. I'll buy that jacket for her.
I love it.
Yeah, amen. We got a couple of comments. You want me to catch them up?
Yeah, please.
Dr. Beverly says, this show is for me today. Thank you for being here and for the enlightenment. Woohoo! You moved us and I lost it. I gotta get it. Hold on 1 second, you guys. Thank you for the enlightenment. My sparkle all the time, even when I'm not feeling great. And so great. And someone would ask me for a hug or someone.
That's right.
Absolutely.
That's because of something within you.
Absolutely.
Sister Shirley says.
Lisa
Santiago
McNeill, that's me.
Was
sparkling the gold jacket.
Amen.
Yes, ma'am. I was. I like to think
Dr. Beverly also says.
Or someone would ask her for a hug or ask for advice. Okay. I was told to never dim my light for anyone. And I also learned how to keep my light on so I can sparkle, so someone else can find their sparkle the way I've always been able to hold my sparkle. Amen.
I'm gonna catch up the full comments, okay?
She says it's always going to sparkle, and sometimes my sparkle made it heavy, but just keep sparkling. Amen. Keep sparkling. Sister Sheila says, true. Some people can't pull it off, like church hats. Some people can.
Sister Lois, I want to ask you to speak to this. When life puts you on dimmers, okay, how can people turn up the illumination of their lives?
Amen.
How can they get that back?
Hey, Brittany, thanks for joining.
When life beats it down, when troubles come their way, can anybody do it on their own, or do we all need help? Or what's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, well, I don't think we do anything alone. I think it's a illusion. I always say I'm from Long Island, but I'm not an island. Like none of us are an island. We think we are, but sometimes. So I think the first thing, I have another Loisism for that, and I don't mean this in a magic elixir, but life is always talking. Make sure you're listening, right? Okay. So life is the ultimate classroom. Right. And I'll be real transparent. My back has gone out the last 2 or 3 weeks, and it's not been fun. Right. Mm-hmm. And what I've learned is my body is a classroom. Our finance is a classroom, our relationship. And if we can really embrace the lesson, and I actually have a post coming out today called Pain, the Sacred Messenger. I did my things. I stretched. I'm going to probably go to PT, acupuncture, taking care of the physical. But I knew there was something else going on. So I started to actually dialogue with my body. I actually journaled to my body and say, what's going on? And again, I wrote about it in post, and I expected it to say better ergonomics, like your soul says that, like your soul even uses the word.
No, it's not.
Exactly. And my soul said more transparency, more creative expression, more self-expression, more vulnerability. And so I decided to launch the next level of my blog. So my point is, and I do have one, as Ellen DeGeneres says, is that the first step is to look at what the lesson is. You know, life is always talking. Make sure you're listening. You feel your feelings hurt. What's the lesson? Is it unmet expectations? Now you got to give yourself a ouch time, like a big ouch, like ouch, that hurt. And you got to like let yourself self-soothe and get support to self-soothe from the ouch. Because we don't want to put a little, affirmation Band-Aid on it. But after we give ourselves space for the ouch, we got to say, what's my lesson here? Because it's always going to be patterns. Do I have too many expectations? Am I not setting boundaries? And that's where that, breakdown in communication happened. And for me, it was about creative expression going the next level. And my back is already getting better. And there's some structural things that need to get handled. So the first thing is, when life is talking, make sure you're listening. Embrace the lessons. That's why my Loisisms. What's the opportunity for growth? What's the insight that you can apply? And then what's the solution? What's the tactical?
She is bringing it, y'all. What's the y'all about what Sister Lois just said? Because that was freaking gold.
Absolutely.
What she just imparted.
Sister Peggy said, I just happened on, and based on what I'm hearing, I can't wait for the replay.
Sister Peggy, her name is Peggy. I am Prosperity Evans. You are right. Absolutely. You do want to catch this replay.
Absolutely.
Isn't that cool? She chose to put the words I am Prosperity between her first and last name.
I love it.
Don't you love it?
I love it. It's all about claiming it. It's about claiming it. Totally.
Yeah. We got you. I don't know how you're gonna top what you just gave us. Okay, don't even try to top that, because that was amazing. But we got 3 more minutes left with you. And normally I yield the last couple of minutes or so to our guest speaker to give you a chance to, what is it that you came or that you want to leave with this amazing, loving audience we have? Okay, these amazing people that choose to pop on here regularly, because it's possible I didn't ask you the right question yet. What do you want to impart with this audience? I want to yield the floor time to you. You can say whatever you want, teach whatever you want, share whatever story you want. The floor is yours.
All right. Wow. It's like one of those existential sparkle questions. Again, we have that inextinguishable light, and just honoring that it's already there and looking for ways to be more present with it. I'm going to end with one of my favorite Loisisms. because it's a big one. Because often when we have some challenges in life, we get critical. I know I do. We get critical of ourselves, of the other person, or the situation. So I'm going to give you a little opportunity for growth here, a little classroom, is start to move from criticism, what's wrong, who's wrong, what's wrong, to curiosity. What can I learn? What can I grow? And what's the next opportunity for growth? And to sparkle on. And I just want to say that sometimes sparkle is an inside-outside job, that it's your shift. And sometimes by putting on, by getting dressed, like I heard a wonderful expression is, it's a lot easier to act our way into right thinking. So sometimes we just have to take that action, whether we're ready or not.
Yes.
So that's what I will say. Life is short. Life is precious. Sparkle now. And I hope that I've showed you how, or that we've showed you how.
That was amazing.
That was my runway.
I don't know if I want to let you go yet, but I have to.
Don't let me go. Okay, you have to.
I like the move from criticism to curiosity.
Absolutely.
It's very possible someone in the feed is feeling your energy right now. They like you. They want to connect with you. They want to follow your stuff. How do you prefer people connect with you?
Oh, there's so many myriad of ways. Lois@loisbarth.com is my email. I'm on Facebook. I'm on LinkedIn. I'm on YouTube. I have a lot of free gifties. If you want to get your sparkle, if you want to reconnect with your sparkle, you can go to loisbarth.com. Free gifts, a myriad, all of those different ways.
And if you want to meet Lois,
yes,
then you need to be with us on October 13th, 14th, and 15th in Ocean City, Maryland.
By the beach.
By the beach.
By the beach.
Feeling that vibe.
The sisterhood of power and plenty of sparkle.
Absolutely.
Sister Lois, you've been an amazing guest. I knew you would be, but I found I like you more than I thought I would.
Oh,
okay.
I'm honored.
Well, I'm really, really happy to meet you, and I look forward to hugging you when we meet in person.
Absolutely.
Does your schedule permit you to hang out in the green room for a little bit?
Absolutely. It's been a pleasure, and
we might call you back up, so if you can hang out.
I can hang in the green room.
All right, thank you so much.
You got it. Many blessings.
Amen. Okay. Amen.
Did she rock?
Lois is amazing. I'm excited. That is my kindred sister. I'm telling you. Dr. Deborah says, thank you so much for taking the time to pour in us today. I declare that I sparkle. Amen. Amen. We're going to be right back after this. I am Lisa Santiago McNeill, and I am inviting you to join Sisters Inspire Sisters to Advance Retreat 2023, because sisters know what it means to get to. Sisters are willing to share with sisters so that together we can accomplish everything that we are intended to do. Join us. Go to barbarahsmith.com. And we'll see you there. Bring your power. Empowerment family, you can go to the empowermentduo.com to get your registration for the Sisters Inspire Sisters to Advance Retreat 2023, and we hope to see you there. It is going to be an amazing retreat.
You know, Lois was such an inspiring guest to me, but she also highlights something to me as well, how important we are to each other. Mm-hmm. We need each other so much. And these reminders, I didn't have anybody reminding me of my inner sparkle until Lois came today. And somebody here, maybe more than one of you have said, I needed this today. I needed this show today. You probably did.
Absolutely
need this stuff today.
And sometimes I think honestly, when you're in need of more sparkle, helping someone else to amp up their sparkle. I'm always going to remember the time when we had I think it was one of our earliest things that we did together civically, with the Charlotte Community Drivers event, and we were out giving away stuff or whatever, and there was this one lady that we found out was in a car accident. She was in a car accident, her face was disfigured, and I just decided at that moment that I would do her eyebrows, not her face, not a makeover, not a whole bunch of stuff, but because she was in a car accident, her eyebrow was gone. She didn't have half an eyebrow. So in essence, it was almost like she didn't see herself anymore, but I could still see her. I could see her heart. And so when she sat there, good morning, Barbara H. Smith, I went about having the opportunity to talk to her, to be in her area, and to hear her, but at the same time, design her eyebrows. Do you remember that?
Yes, baby. We talk about it. I love it. I even found the picture of that.
Oh, you did?
I sent it to you.
Oh my goodness. Because what was funny is Brian came over after I was finished and I showed her the mirror. Her face lit up.
She was so pretty.
Smiling. And he thought that I did a makeover. He thought that I did all of her makeup. The only thing I did was this right here. And her face was illuminated
yes.
with joy and glee. And I'm so excited
that
it brought a little sparkle back to her.
Yes, I know she left the area from you. I know she was taller when she left.
Absolutely.
Okay? Her back was more erect. Her posture was better.
Absolutely.
But look at that moment, how everything conspired. Where did you find the chair for her to sit down? We were giving away free coats and clothes and stuff like that. But you found a chair for her.
Mm-hmm.
You found a little hand mirror. Where was all that stuff? I don't think you could have planned.
No,
you know what? I'm doing eyebrows today. We showed up to give away stuff to the community.
Absolutely.
So everything was conspiring to make that moment happen.
For her.
Yes.
To make it happen for her. Sister Shirley said, I needed this today also. Amen. Shine.
Sister Barbara, if you didn't catch this whole show,
catch the
today,
replay.
Your friend and our new friend Lois Barth brought it today.
Amen.
Sister Barbara, she brought it. Brother Mark Greer, thank you again for your submission yesterday. Mark Greer is part of our Wisdom Wednesdays, and I attempt to read his comments in the stylings of Mark Greer. I'm not there yet, but I'm going to give it another shot.
Brother Mark got a cool shaft sparkle.
This is how Mark would say it in my impression. Okay?
Brian always gets taller when he's doing Mark.
You have to get your posture right. You gotta get enough air in your lungs to do Mark Greer. I gotta take a deeper breath to do Mark Greer voice. So here I go. Stars don't try to shine other stars. No, excuse me, let's go back. Stars don't try to outshine other stars. They just shine. The sparkle that emanates from your spirit is uniquely yours.
Yes.
No one can shine like you do. Shine on. Well, in this case, sparkle, as if you are the brightest star in the sky. Why? Because you can.
Absolutely.
I read that in the stylings of Mr. Mark Greer.
We love it. Absolutely. Shirley said, I walk past people and they're looking down in the morning and I say, good morning, and look at me and smile and say, good morning. That's right. That is right.
See, all of us can be agents to help people with this
sparkle.
Catch up with Sister Shirley says.
Sister Shirley says, Brother Mark Greer brought it
yesterday.
Amen.
Yes.
Amen.
Our guest is communicating with us. Dr. Beverly says the Empowerment Network together sparkle brighter than the diamonds in the sun put together.
Shine bright like a diamond.
That's right. What's our friend
Shine bright like a diamond.
Well, she said something about Mark.
Oh yes. Lois says, I love it. Mark sounds like Shaft meets
Rod Serling.
Rod Serling.
That's how I'm making him sound. Okay.
Amen.
Rod Serling, and this will tell you who we got in our audience. How many of y'all know who Rod Serling is?
Come on now.
Let's see who says it first. Who's Rod Serling? Let's see who puts it in the comments first. Okay.
Come on.
Who's Rod Serling? See if we have any grown folks in the room. Yes. Jeopardy music. It's now 9:42. Time sure flies when we're having fun.
Absolutely.
I still haven't seen anybody answer the question.
Answers,
I'll answer it for somebody in a minute, but we're going to do this now. This show has been going on since October of 2016. That's right. Thank you, Peggy. That's right, Peggy. Thank you very much.
It's the Twilight Zone, baby.
That's right.
That's right. Dr. Deborah got it on there. Twilight Zone.
A dimension of sight. A dimension of sound. You're entering into
the Twilight Zone.
Okay. But we're about to, the show's been going on for 7 years, Monday through Friday for 7 years. The show is called Let's Talk About It. We talk about personal conversations,
business information,
and spiritual inspiration.
With a little bit of shenanigans thrown in.
That's what we talk about. Her name is Lisa Santiago McNeill. Okay.
And he is Brian K. McNeill.
And together we make up what's called the Empowerment Duo.
Not the dynamic duo.
We're the Empowerment Duo. And the Empowerment Duo has an expressed ministry. Our ministry is
economic independence
through
entrepreneurship.
That's it. That's what we talk about. That's what we bees about. And some of you guys have been rocking with us for years. Some of you guys are consistent contributors to the show. What's a contributor? A contributor is anyone who makes comments. This show does not work without comments.
Comment, like, laugh, go ahead, share, subscribe if you're watching us on YouTube. Make sure that you maintain being connected with this ministry.
Like Miss Phyllis, okay? Miss Phyllis been rocking with this show as a daily member at least 6 years, if not 7.
Yeah.
Okay. But Miss Phyllis has a logo. We like to thank our consistent contributors with greeting songs and with greeting logos. Miss Phyllis goes like this. Miss Phyllis is here. So clear the way.
Miss Phyllis
is here. Now we can all have a great day. Good morning, Miss Phyllis.
Absolutely.
Stephanie Morris has a song.
Stephanie, life has new meaning to me.
There is beauty up above and things we never take notice of. You wake up and Stephanie, you're in love. Ooh, that's Stephanie's jam. Sister Sheila Gothard has a song as well.
Sheila, storms are brewing in her eyes.
Oh, that's Sheila's song. Dr. Deborah Dunstan has a song.
Dr. Deborah, trauma healing and manifestation coach.
That's right. Dr. Who else was there?
William Brown.
No, Shirley DeJohnette Wyatt was there.
That's right.
Shirley DeJohnette Wyatt has a song too, and it goes, Shirley DeJohnette Wyatt will rock you, rock you. Shirley DeJohnette Wyatt will rock you, rock you. Mr. William Brown has a song too. How do you get a song? First off, if you're just tuning in here, first day here, what the heck are they doing? This is where we thank our consistent contributors. And if you think, man, I want a song, you can get one. Just be a regular, be a consistent contributor. William Brown has a song too. Good morning to our friend Will. Nobody thinks like him still. We love him so, and we always will. Our friend Will. Good morning to our friend Will.
Good morning, William Brown.
Dr. Beverly has a logo. Dr. Beverly's logo was like this. Dr. Beverly is on the show. Good morning, Dr. Beverly.
Good morning. What's good, Brother Mark?
Brother Mark Greer has a song too, and it goes,
okay.
So wide you can't get around it.
So low you can't get under it.
So high you can't get over it. Mark Greer is under a groove. He's getting down just for the funk of it. Mark Greer is under a groove. Nothing can stop us now. That's our man throwing down. Mark Greer. This is who's next. Anybody else?
Brittany came in the building.
Did you see Brittany?
Yes, it's Brittany.
It's Brittany. It's Brittany. Brittany Thomas. It's Brittany. It's Brittany. It's Brittany. Brittany.
It's your time. It's your time. Yeah.
Barbara H. Smith is in the room. She got a jam too. And it's Barbara H. Smith. Boom, boom, boom. Ow. Boom, 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 boom. And she's mighty about getting the stage fright out. And she's Barbara H. Smith. Ow.
That's right. That's right.
Let's see anybody else.
I think we got it. Peggy, you need to get a song.
Peggy,
baby.
keep coming. You're going to get you a jam.
That's right. That's right.
So that's all our songs here. Okay.
I haven't seen Craig. Got to check on Craig.
I didn't see Craig Sabby. But, you know, Craig, if he's not here, it's because he's actively making money.
Absolutely.
He shows up.
Absolutely.
I love you guys.
We appreciate and love you. Peggy says, I love these songs. Peggy, you need to have a song.
Just keep what you're doing right now, Peggy, is what you you do to get a song.
Absolutely.
Say
Just
something in the
comment,
comments.
tell us what type of genre of music you want. Let us know what you do for business, and we will meld them all together so that we can make a song that is uniquely you.
Now, Peggy should be easy to put into a jam. Peggy Evans.
You know what, Stephanie, I got this. We are gonna keep Brian.
I'm not gonna
from
put her
coming
on
up
somebody else's song.
You
Peggy-
always be trying
Peggy
to give
is
somebody's
only
song
two
away.
syllables.
I
It's
know
two
it's
syllables.
2 syllables, but you always be trying to give somebody's song away.
If there's
And
3 syllables, it's easy.
not. No, it's not.
But it's only 2. Unless we try to put I Am Prosperity into a song, that might be more challenging. But Peggy Evans, we should be able to figure that out. What, for I Am Prosperity? Is that what you're going with that?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, anyway. Thank you guys for joining us again. Our show ends in a few minutes. I think I want to bring Lois back up. Okay, Lois, if you're ready, give me a thumbs up. Okay, good. Bring her back up.
Coming back to the stage. Back.
This is what we typically do without you guys on, but Lois seems so fun, so I'm gonna do it with her. When we have our guests on, when you guys leave, we always bring them back on and say, first off, Lois, did you have a good time today?
Oh my gosh. Totally. Now I want my own song.
You can get one. You
You
get one.
can get a song.
Okay.
I love it. I
Your
love it.
fence
Everybody's
was
got a theme
right.
song. Everybody's got a theme song. You're tapping
Not
into
everybody, but
But you're working on it.
yes.
Bruno Mars song could go with Sparkle with Lois.
Which Bruno Mars song?
The one you like.
The one I like?
Yeah, the one with the
This?
diamonds in. No,
Oh.
not that one.
Okay. Diamonds?
Yes.
I know I love Bruno Mars' music, okay? We watched the stand-up show last night and they was spoofing one of Bruno Mars' more recent songs.
Oh, yeah.
It's called "Smoking Out the Window," and that can't be anybody's song.
No. Peggy says, "Thank you for all your great show for a great show." Thank you, Peggy.
And she also Shirley says, "Lois, thank you."
You, absolutely.
Oh, so my pleasure. Thank you.
for
That's what I
bringing
like
that
was the song you're talking
energy.
about.
Yes,
Yes,
that's what I
I
like.
got a condo in Miami. That kind of stuff like that. Yeah. So we can find a song for you guys.
Okay.
Definitely. Consistent contributors earn a song.
Oh, okay.
Lisa and I need all the help we can get when it comes to the songs. We've got about 60 in our head. Okay.
And we're old.
And we're older. So sometimes if you don't keep coming, we'll forget. Now, people that we see all the time, like Mark Greer, we're gonna hold that. Okay.
Brother Mark says,
Sure.
"Stop it! I do not sound like the Twilight Zone, dude."
Oh, I love his voice. Are you kidding? He's got the best voice in the world with Chef and
I'm
your
telling
version
you,
of it.
Lois, I didn't do-
Exactly.
we got 2 minutes left before we gotta go. I'm gonna give
Okay.
you a minute. Do you want to add anything else or say anything else?
Okay. I mean, I think you all said it.
Okay,
But
good.
like part of sparkling is singing each other's songs, right?
Yeah.
Not even singing our own song. And I think that you're absolutely right. When you're on Dimmers, look for opportunities to make somebody else sparkle.
Amen.
And you will shift. By getting outside yourself, you actually get in your own sparkle. I'm just making
Thank
that
you
up,
very
but it's
much.
just coming up.
All right, we got to put you back in the green room because we got to close out. Okay, but thank you very much. I have had a good time today. I hope you guys did as well.
Absolutely.
And we appreciate our consistent. Or do you run a commercial or something?
The outro.
Okay, good.
No.
Okay, good.
No.
All right. No,
No,
good. We don't have
no.
time for that. Anyway, today is Thursday.
That's right.
You've made it through this week so far. Thursday's a work day, and so is Friday.
That's right.
Okay, sparkle today.
Sparkle. And don't forget to have sex.